Let it go. Let it go.
Ah!
They did a great job on the effects.
They really
though.
did.
Welcome back to Blerd Up, where we talk about everything movies, music, TV, and gaming with a blurred twist. We're your hosts. I'm Monique.
And I'm Killer Cam.
And today we are actually watching the movie The Fly.
Mm-hmm. So every so often, we like to watch these movies and react to them in real time, especially if it's something we haven't seen in a while, because it's almost like experiencing almost for the first time again. I know for me specifically, I haven't seen this movie in about 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too. I think I've seen it come on TV. I never really catch it at the beginning. And I'm like, oh my god, this is such a movie. This is such a good movie. I don't want to watch it in the middle, so I turn it off. So it's been a while since I watched the movie the whole way through.
Yeah, the thing that I do remember about this movie, there were so many scenes that traumatized me, just for the fact that it was just simply disgusting. Number one, I don't like flies, period, because I feel like they fly around, they land on doo-doo and stuff, and then they be flying around your house and flying on like it's. yeah. So totally disgusting. But this is 1986's version. There's actually an original version that came out in the 60s.
I think it was like 1958 or something like that.
Yeah. So this is a remake. And it's starring Jeff Goldblum as the main character. Then we got Gina Davis, who is, of course, supporting, which little known fact, they were actually married.
Okay, yeah. They also played together in, I think one other movie. Yeah, that's the one I love so much. I was going to say two movies. They played together in two movies together prior to this, but the one that I love the most is Earth Girls Are Easy. And if you have not seen Earth Girls Are Easy, please check it out, because it is so like, fun.
Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, Jeff Goldblum.
It's very good.
Julie Brown, Gina Davis. We might have to watch that
on
this
we
channel.
Might have to. I don't think many people know about that movie, but it's really a good watch.
Yeah, epitome of the 80s. But back to The Fly, directed by David Cronenberg, who, if you ever heard the term Cronenberg, I know they use it a lot on Rick and Morty. It's usually those monsters that are kind of deformed or like hybrid monsters, which definitely plays to this film. This is his forte of like how he likes to present his monsters, I guess I would say. Right. The funny fact that I did not know was Tim Burton was actually slated to direct this. Yeah,
I heard about that. This was set up to be a Tim Burton project. However, it didn't. I don't know. It didn't work out. So basically, it went to David Cronenberg. Yeah. There's actually a long list of people who were actually supposed to play Seth in this movie. And I think they turned down the role, and that includes like Michael Keaton, Mel Gibson, James Woods, Richard Dreyfuss.
Big names.
Yeah, big names who actually turned down to be in this movie, which I bet they're probably regretting it now. But I don't think anybody could have done it as good as Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, definitely. The other thing about this movie that I totally forgot about, because again, a lot of the makeup that happens in this is very practical, and Chris Wallace was the makeup director. He actually won an Oscar for the effects in this movie. So that's a big deal considering it's sci-fi / horror. You know?
And I think I read somewhere he accredited that to, because I think at the very end of the movie, it actually says Chris Wallace is the Fly. I don't know. It credits him like before it even credits anybody else at the at the very end of the movie. And I think he said somewhere like he doesn't think that anybody would have even known that this was his, monster unless that, showed up on the screen. So
but again, the effects were disgusting. Just perfect. This movie actually spawned a sequel too, starring Eric Stoltz, which to me was a little bit more, I thought it was more disgusting than
it
this
was.
one.
It was. I'll admit that one's a little bit harder to watch for me than this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know.
It is what it is. Yeah. So we are so happy to be here to be able to watch and react this movie with you all. So again, as a new channel, we thank you for all your views, all your likes, your subscribes. It definitely helps us grow. And then again, also comments are encouraged. If there's any recommendations, if you notice something in the movie, or if you have any inside tidbits about this movie, we'd love to hear them. We do read them and we will respond to them. So just don't hesitate to drop down there and let us know.
Yep.
All right, so 1986's The Fly. Ready to jump into it?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. David Cronenberg.
As if you wouldn't be able to tell.
Right. Have you ever seen that episode of Rick and Morty where they mess up the universe?
I don't want to say that I haven't watched Rick and Morty because I know there's people on this channel that are probably going to say, oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, there's an episode of Rick and Morty where basically he does some sort of potion or something, and he fuses it with praying mantis DNA, and basically it gets contagious and people start turning into like half human / mantis insect things. It's just so disgusting. But he keeps referring to it as Cronenberg in the universe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I remember I walked in. I walked in on my husband watching Rick and Morty, and I was like, "Why are you?" First of all, he doesn't watch cartoons. Second of all, he don't watch Rick and Morty. So I walked in and I was like, "Why are you watching Rick and Morty?" He was like, "Oh, I'm not watching Rick and Morty. It's some other thing." I think he thought he was watching a movie, and I was like, "Nah, bro, this is Rick and Morty. Like, why are you watching it?" He was like, "No, it's not. It's this, and this." And I took the remote and I did the little guy thing, and it said Rick and Morty. He was like, "Oh, my movie is over?" I was like, what? What's wrong with you?
Shout out to my brother-in-law, man.
I was shocked because I thought like he had started growing into his like Blerd, like his geekdom. I was like, "You watching Rick and Morty?" He was like, "No."
Oh, ooh, Jeff Goldblum with the 80s hair.
I know.
So what's this, like a conference or something?
I think so.
You could come back to my lab.
Girl, don't do that.
What's up, cappuccino? If I am at my very own, you know what that is? It's not the dilettante's plastic kit.
I love her dimples.
I really like her as an actress.
Yeah. Very good actress. Thelma and Louise.
The Longest Good Night. She was in the Exorcist TV show. Did you ever watch that?
I didn't.
Yo, that joint was good. It was so good. Ooh, I love the loft space.
Meh.
I like open loft spaces.
Because you're a decorator type of person. Me, I'm just like, I need to put something on these walls.
I wouldn't want that teleportation thing in there.
So Jeff Goldblum really plays
the
piano. He's like a jazzy type of guy.
Excuse me?
I like how he's like so awkward too.
Right.
Like, these aren't normal. Come on.
Right.
Come on. Is that it?
Come on.
It's so weird. I've been out in the dating world for so long. I don't even know what the verbiage you guys use these days.
Big ass computer.
Right. That's the future right there.
I know, right? I don't. So you know how when we were little, we used to watch like Jetsons and stuff. Sorry. I think this traumatized me. I said if there were ever like a teleporting pod or something like that, I wouldn't use it.
That's a valid concern, though.
So basically, it just deconstructed what it's made of.
And then puts it back together.
That already don't sound right to me. Which I guess in theory, like if you think about Star Trek and all that stuff, it's the same thing.
I'm glad I didn't give you my Rolex. I had a Rolex.
Okay, so this is the thing though. How come before he did this to himself, did he not run into that problem that happened with him? There had to have been.
Well, the problem came in, which we'll see later, was it can't be, especially a living organism, it can't be more than one in there. Because...
Right, but I'm saying in all his test runs...
Wait a minute.
It didn't happen before?
Is that a hologram?
Well, I think it did. We just don't see it in this movie. Because I remember I was reading, and there was a scene shot where he did use a living organism.
Was it that cat? What is it, a cat?
It was like a baboon
cat
or something, yeah. And I think it was shot, and I think when they tested this movie, it was in there, and they didn't get a good response for it. It lost... They didn't feel bad for him because when he did that, he had to kill it.
Yeah.
From one pod to another.
So it kind of affected how the audience felt about the character, period.
He was no longer a sympathetic character.
So apparently this baboon...
The baboon was not a trained
right.
baboon. Or I think they said it's not really a thing to actually train baboons.
Yeah.
So it was very aggressive.
Yeah. And eventually it like the lights triggered it or something, and it like ripped
Yeah.
It like ripped the door off of the pod and got out, and the only people who were able to kind of like wrangle it was Jeff Goldblum and one of the other stage people. Apparently they had built a relationship with it or something, so that was the only way they were able to keep... Ew! Ugh.
After that, Gina girl, I would have been like, you know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to do this.
I have to return some videotapes.
Right. You drunk, bro.
I'm like, what is this shit? Damn.
What are you waiting for? Let's do it.
No.
That boo's like, hey man, you crazy, man. Come on, man. You just drunk. Come on, set. Oh man.
Yeah, toe up dog. He's like, man, get out.
Hey, there's a fly. Hey, there's a fly in there. Open up, set.
Or he's like, this is for my brother, man.
He better have 2 cameras.
That's
because...
what I was going to say. Because he ain't got it in a wide shot, so it's just kind of like, how we know it was filmed at the same time?
Yeah, I could have kept the camera where it was.
I know. I was like, how do you get the smoke?
How you doing? You tell me. Am I different somehow?
Yes.
Is it life or is it memories? It's too bad we really missed it.
this is where it starts to get real.
He tested it once, and
yeah.
then the second try, on their second try, that's when you decided to go.
Mm-hmm. And with any science experiment, definitely needs to be some sort of audience.
Yeah.
A collective group of brilliant minds to be like, well, let's poke some holes in this. Let's see.
Maybe the first time was you just got lucky.
Right.
Yeah.
Or at least somebody else there to be like, hey, I don't think you should do that.
I would have said that. That's what the baboon was there for. Hey, man, I don't think this is a good idea. You drinking and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I want you to go through and teleport
No.
as soon as possible, right?
No.
Run.
No.
You don't need to sleep anymore. I feel wonderful. It's like a drug, but a perfectly pure and benign drug. The power I feel surging inside me. I want to be able to wear you out. We'll be the perfect couple. The dynamic duo. Come on, right now.
Nope.
Wait. Don't give me that morning in teleportation where I told you I was scared to do it. What do I have to say? I'm not going to do it.
You're a fucking drag. You know that?
Excuse me.
Something went wrong, Seth. When you went through, something went wrong.
At least she acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Not you.
Too late. Like,
Mhm.
Dynamic duo club. Okay, great.
how long has he been like this for? Like a couple of days.
Mhm.
Seth, you have
But today he looked rough.
Yeah.
Like rough. Before it was just kind of like a side eye, like, what's wrong with you?
How about you think that
Now it's like, no, something's up. Something's definitely wrong with you. Okay, so this part here,
This was what wrecked me there.
this,
Yeah. I think it's anything though. Anything that involves, like, if I'm watching a movie and it involves like breaking a bone
or
and like
something.
bones pop out and stuff, that I'd be like, ugh. Like in Luke Cage when that guy punched him and his like whole wrist, I was like, whoa.
I like Marty tonight.
well, I like you.
Really, you think he's attractive?
That's true.
it's always like leg breaks that give me because of my ankle. When I broke my ankle,
I can't do it.
it's
Any of it.
always leg breaks.
That's why
that get
that
me.
Anderson Silva fight is why I do not watch UFC no more.
Yo, and I remember watching it. I was watching it with Dad and Uncle Larry. We was watching it, and I saw it, and I was like, "It's broken." They was like, "No, it's not broken." They showed it slow motion. It was
Yeah,
like, they was like,
and
"Oh."
they kept showing it in slow motion, and they were like, "Oh, is it broken?" Like they kept going it back, and every time it just be like,
It's like I saw
and I'd be
it.
like, "No!"
I was like, "It's broken, dude."
Like, I'm just watching boxing from now on. You can get a broken jaw, but it ain't gonna like.
Oh God. Ugh. Yeah, I hate this part.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
Oh.
Oh, I don't want to. Dude,
Oh!
just lose.
I know, right? He really trying.
Just lose.
Ah!
Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Ah!
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 They did a great job on the
They
effects,
really
though.
did. We're both like, oh, that was an awesome job.
I couldn't even imagine.
Oh gosh, man.
That razor said, "Man, you gonna have to get something
That's
stronger."
right.
Though. Yeah.
Ah! Mm.
And that's really how it looks when you lose an nail.
Yeah.
Play with it some more.
Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, nothing's wrong, Seth.
Right. Just like, it's just a blister. Yeah, that's so gross, man.
My teleporter turned into a jeans place. Very good one. No, let's have Brundle. And the offspring of Brundle and Roswell.
Butterfly.
Girl, Stop
Don't
touching
touch
him.
Look at that all over his shirt, though.
I think it's showing us as a bizarre form of cancer. In general, cellular case, revolution, just gonna disintegrate. And the novel won't go down. And then I'll die. And then it'll be over.
No, no, no. I don't accept that. There must be something we can do. You know, somebody we can go to, a test that can be done.
I won't be just another tumor's bore tugging endlessly about his hair falling on his last lymph nodes.
Well, then what do you want me to do? Why did you call me?
I need you to document this for science. This messed up donuts for me for a while.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
Because I love donuts.
Ugh.
That's disgusting.
Why?
Ugh. Why is she so close to him? Why is she...
Now, I heard actually that reaction from her
Was genuine.
was genuine because she didn't know his ear was going to fall off.
Sister, I love you. You're my sister, but I'm like, I'm not hugging you.
Stay there. Stay there.
Ugh.
You don't know if you would have hugged him and he just would have been like...
So basically, he switched the whole functionality of the machine, turned it from a teleporter to a gene splicer, and activated the prototype to be the receiving, the fused product, I guess. Ah. It took you too long. No! Ah! Ugh. His hand is like melted together.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone.
He's in shock now. Oh.
Ah!
You shouldn't have dropped it in the
Right.
first place.
Well, you should have had a pistol. That's what I was saying earlier.
Ugh.
Like, that's not really efficient. That was a puppet. That looks like a puppet. You've got the hose running through the back of it.
Like how he's just holding the foot. He's like, I'm not done. You look pretty tasty.
They'll be the ultimate family. A family of three joined together in one body. More human than I am alone.
More human. What?
That don't sound
That
right.
don't even
Look.
make sense. What?
Ah!
It's going in the museum. I guess
Fully
yeah,
transforming
final
now.
transformation.
Yeah.
I like how his like knees bop back.
Ah! Total Cronenberg. Ugh.
Yeah, one of the best transformations.
Yeah, but it's so disgusting.
Ow!
No. Hey baby, I'm forever your girl. Look,
They They did such a good job.
They really did. I would love to be in a movie where it's something like that.
Because I would totally be freaked out on set.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Total genuine reaction.
There's his wings.
I'll save it for the after talk. But now this has got me thinking something that I'm not quite sure about. I need to. At least he was smart enough to take that one offline. Now you got another shot, homie. Blow his head off. He's just a fly. Look.
He only got one hand and one arm now.
Funny. Oh, he got halfway. Half.
I would have been out of there.
I know, right?
I even opened up. So it fused him with the telepod, basically.
Basically, I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was half out and half in.
How is he still alive? See, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Girl. That ain't even human no more. Like,
I was thinking about after all this, who gonna come clean all that up?
right. Well, see, but that kind of comes back to the question I'm asked a little bit later.
I guess they kind of answered it into The Fly 2 too.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's primarily where I'm going with this. At least it's enough of his brain left to say,
just do it.
girl, you better do it.
Look at me.
Look at my face.
Bet you people live downstairs like, what is going on up there?
This noise.
I'm calling the landlord. There's way too much noise up there.
I know his electric bill was off the running them telepods like that. In a residential space. Well, if it
Maybe
is
he didn't
residential.
have any neighbors. Maybe it was
The Fly, created and designed by Chris Wallace. Alright, so that was the 1986 movie, The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis,
John Getz.
John Getz. Let me put my spectacles on here because...
Yeah, and this movie and the previous The Fly that was made back in the 1958, 1960s, was based off a short story written by George, I'm going to mess up his last name, Legoland? Yeah, but both movies were based off his short story that he created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about this movie. So, of course, you know I'm already going to talk up the practical effects. Again, I rarely don't look at the screen when I'm watching a movie, but some of this I just couldn't handle.
Yeah.
Like the vomit, the wrist break, I was just like, ugh, the teeth falling out. Like that type of stuff just grosses me out.
Yeah.
Like the teeth falling out is like a nightmare I have consistently.
Yeah.
Where I'm talking, I'm going.
I think everybody has that nightmare though. But definitely, I definitely agree with you. I think the only like effect that I wanted to look away at was the wrist break. I have a problem with that, breaking of bones. Anything else though, I absolutely loved it. I loved the design of the fly, just how they made everything look in terms of the vomit that was used and things just falling off of him. It was just
so nasty.
It was good.
So gross, so gross. But again, it's a story that's told in a very smart way. You know, just how his ambition led him down a path of madness.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the thoughts that I had. So again, I haven't seen this movie, let's say 10-ish years or whatever. I haven't seen the sequel in probably the same length of time. If I'm not mistaken, the main focus of the sequel is the baby, right? The baby played by Eric Stoltz. So she ended up having a baby. What I couldn't quite remember, so I'm probably going to end up watching part 2 later, is how did he get all weird and stuff? Like, how did he get turned into a fly? Because I want to say, if I remember, I feel like he was born normal.
He was, and I think it... And
the guy with the hand that got he ended up, like, running a clinic or something.
I don't. It's been a long time since I've watched it. I think at a certain point, like the baby was born normal, and then at a certain point, maybe he started to change, and at his age, he started to change.
That's right. He aged rapidly.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's how he ended up turning into, you know,
because they were trying to continue Seth's work.
Yeah.
Like after he was down, so, and he was a part of that. So, Okay, that was the part that was, you know, it was like, but yeah, how did we get a fly too?
I think I'm remembering that right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this movie to me, it is a classic.
Yeah.
I don't watch it very often, and I remembered why I don't watch it very often by viewing it today. But you can't beat the performances. Again, the line "Be afraid, be very afraid." How that's translated from then up until now, people don't even realize where it originated from. So definitely a gem.
Yep, I agree.
On a scale of 1 to 10 on the Blerd-o-meter, where would you score this one?
This might be a 10 for me.
Really?
A 9 or a 10. I can't find anything wrong with it. I'm trying to think about, you know, what I wish I had more of, or what I felt could have done better, but I love Jeff Goldblum. I love Gina Davis. I love the practical effects. I love 10.
10?
I'm good at a 10.
I'm going to give it an 8.
An 8?
I'm going to give it an 8 only because it's kind of a remake, but not really. But I don't know. It's just like if you put this up against another movie, like my top movies.
I tried.
Like if I put this up against Nightmare on Elm Street, or if I put this up against, let's say, like The Thing, I'm probably going to watch one of those over this.
The Thing, too. I give that probably a 10, too.
So
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. 9.5. I'll leave some room.
Let's give it an average. You picked 10. I picked 8. Let's give it a 9.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
We'll give it a 9.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, you guys, that was our watch react review for The Thing 1986.
The Fly.
The Thing. See, yeah, I want to watch The Thing. The Fly 1986. I hope you enjoyed this reaction review. Again, please remember to like, subscribe if you like these reactions. Also, if you got any contenders that you would like for us to review, make sure you drop down in the comments and let us know. We will love to take it on.
Yeah. Until next time, I'm Killer Cam. And I'm Monique. And you're watching another episode of Blerd Up. We'll see you next time. Thanks, you guys.